Good morning, grade 7s and 8s. Today is Tuesday, the 9th of June. Okay, so poetry. You guys have been working, making lots of really good poems. I've been into there, I've been looking, I've been reading through the poems that you've been writing. I've been reading through all the responses that you guys have done for the poems that I have assigned you. I haven't really had time to add any marks onto your paper or to give you many comments because I've just been overwhelmed by trying to look at it all and trying to get through it all. But I have been reading through and I have been marking things into my notebook, okay? So if I haven't been giving you a lot of feedback, you're on the right track. Those of you who I have been giving a little bit of feedback to, those are comments to help you improve where I see a need. Okay, so if I'm not seeing and if I'm not giving you a lot of feedback there, it's because you're doing well, okay, and you're on the right track. So today what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take a trip outside. Okay, the weather is beautiful. It's like 29 degrees out there today, something nice and warm and hot. I'd like you to take a camera, if you can take someone's cell phone with a camera attached or whatever camera you've got. I'd like you to take a notepad and a pencil. Okay, and I'd like you to head out. And I want you to like look in nature. Okay, so hopefully your parents will let you out of the backyard. Okay, I know COVID is a thing, but hopefully there's a walking path somewhere near your neighborhood, somewhere near your house that leads you into an area with some living trees, living nature. Okay, and I want you to find a nice spot. Sit yourself down, look around carefully, okay? I want you to find something that is beautiful, something that's capturing your attention, and I want you to take a photo of that, okay? And that is going to be the subject for your next poem. You're gonna write a free verse poem about nature. So it could be that you are lying underneath a tree and you are looking up and you're seeing thousands of shades of green from the light hitting those leaves, different amounts of light hitting the leaves as the light trickles through the tree branches and the canopy and the beautiful branches of the tree as well. Maybe that's your photo. Or maybe you are taking a close-up view of the trunk of the tree. So it's funny, I have these 3 kids and they will all draw a picture of a tree, and what color do they choose to do the trunk of the tree? Well, every single time they're pulling out the brown crayon. Okay, that's the color of the tree. But if you actually look at a tree and you look at that trunk, it's really not brown. Okay, it really isn't. So if I'm doing a close-up look at a tree, I'm sometimes seeing silver in the trunk of the tree, sometimes even like a purplish kind of color. Some really beautiful shades in there, okay? And then the textures of that tree trunk are also quite remarkable. Depending on what kind of tree it is that you're looking at, it's going to be different. But so I encourage you to find something in nature. Maybe it's just 1 or 2 leaves. Maybe it's a trillium. Ontario's white flower. It's got the three distinct petals there. So maybe you're finding that. Whatever it is you're finding, okay? Find something beautiful in nature. Take a picture of it, okay? And then you're going to start your free verse poem. So let's talk about this free verse poem. Now, I am not going to stipulate that you have to have 2 metaphors and 2 similes and 1 onomatopoeia and 1 example of personification. I'm not gonna tell you that you need these things. But if you want to make a good poem, you need these things, okay? All of the poems, and I've made you read like 7 or 8 poems now, and it's quite a few. All of these poems are using these literary devices to make the poem better, okay? So I want you to now think about your toolbox. Maybe you started this poetry unit with like not really knowing very much about poetry at all. But after you've read all those poems and you've thought and answered those questions and you've tried out some of these techniques on your own, maybe now you've got a few more tools in that toolbox of yours. And if there's a tool in that box about personification and you want to talk about how that oak tree, that massive oak tree is like the grandfather of the forest, and you want to think about him being the guardian of all the other trees, that is personification. So something like that can really add to your poem. All right, and I really, really encourage you, and I'm actually really looking forward to seeing what you guys can come up with. Okay, so this is going to be due Thursday. So that gives you, now today's Tuesday, so that gives you today and it gives you tomorrow to get this poem really amazing. Okay, so I know you guys often have other subjects to think about. That's why I'm spreading it out over 2 days. Okay, so maybe the one day you're out in the woods, you're doing your rough draft, you are taking the photo, and then the second day you're typing it into your computer program and you're figuring out how to get that the picture in there so that it all is very visually appealing for your good copy that you're going to be giving me on Thursday. Okay, so that is the assignment. I hope it all makes sense. Have a great day, everyone.